create some confusion. Here's the handoff. Gets it past the marker. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Wants to throw on first down. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Leaves it with the back. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. They'd love to win this one today, secure that spot in the conference championship game. A remarkable achievement. They can't really think this one's in the bag yet.
No, they've just got to continue focusing on the task at hand. I think that's a big reason why they're in this position that they find themselves in. They take care of business each and every game, David. Some hardware to be won down the road, potentially, but you've got to win this one.
No doubt. I think it's hard because you start to see the finish line now. Getting later in the season, knowing where you're ranked, what's at stake. Let's see how they handle the pressure.
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on third down here. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out in front. Where are the defenders? It's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle. Go get him.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Fires to the big fella. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
He wants to change this route. Motion from the back. Looking to fire. It's complete on the right side. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Gamecocks come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Gives it on the option. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. This offense has it with really good field position. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. He'll do it himself. He is guided out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 28.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Now on second down. The give to the back. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got his man. And out of bounds right at the 12-yard line.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
Stop me when you've heard this before. First down. First down. First down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Gore. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. Nice pickup on the return there. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The give out of the gun. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Trying play action. Complete. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
That's got to feel really good for this quarterback. It's early in the game, so these third downs are big. You're trying to get your offense into a rhythm and flow. Nice job reading the defense. A beautiful pass.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Abraham. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Got his man downfield. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. And the Gamecocks are rolling down the field. Offense changing the play. Looking downfield on first down. He's got his man.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Gamecocks kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll give it to him again. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. And the Gamecocks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking for space. It's Gore. Turning it on! Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Gamecocks pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Quarterback on the keeper. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Got his man quickly. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
All right, interesting decision for you now. How confident are you in your offense? You got a big 4th down. It is early in the game. Do you feel like your guys can go out and generate a touchdown, or do you want to play it safe and kick the field goal?
Gets the back moving. He's looking to pass. Going for 6. Touchdown, Gamecocks. The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into it.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. This was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he's going to bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Breaks into the open. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins.
It's a seam wide open. Inside the 30. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
How about the explosive play by this offense? Man, it's so nice to have guys you can hand the football off and just watch him work. Watch him do the rest, the speed, making big plays, breaking tackles. Man, is it nice to have an offense with a playmaker like that.
Gives it on the option. Smashes through the tackle. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Really nice job by the safety on that play, deep in their own end. They were ready for the quarterback run, and he was spying him the entire time. As soon as he saw the QB take off, he was able to rally to him and make a nice tackle.
Moves away as he feels pressure. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And that's the hardest part about playing a mobile quarterback. It's not the first play. The first play was a pass. It's the second play where he decides to pull it down, Jesse, becomes a running back, and makes something happen.
You're right, David. That's why so many coaching staffs now are trying to recruit dual-threat athletes at quarterback because of situations just like that. Down in the red zone, nobody open. You're not just going to throw it away and be okay kicking a field goal. You're taking off, and you're going to capitalize with a touchdown.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after their catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Return takes it down to the 27-yard line as this defense is hungry for turnovers.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the number one job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are.
Breaks away in the middle. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Michigan. Great job by the back on the option. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Yeah, offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
Nice grab to get that squib kick inside the 10. And the returner will be brought down.
That's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball again.
Tried to get him a little breathing room, and they're still suffocating in their own end.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Quickly complete. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. It'll be 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pucks it out of the air. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
And I like you got the first down of the drive. So maybe you can build on this now. I would play with some tempo, obviously getting closer to halftime here. Maybe create some momentum, get a score here, and cut into this lead.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Gore. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down. And the Gamecocks with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are due.
Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
Gonna run it. It's Gore.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. He'll be run out of bounds at the 13.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Wants to throw on 3rd. Got his man. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Quarterback may change this route. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. He's got the tight end. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4.
There he goes. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Now on first down from the 28. Give to the running back. Fighting off the defender. Strong run, picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Wolverines in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Finds his big tight end. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground and throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up in the 28.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And that don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
On fourth down, looking to pass. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on fourth down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty.
Got it.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Finds his man. It's Gore. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Working well behind the sticks on second down.
Black 24, Gorilla. Pound 54.
Looking to fire. He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. He's got it. He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's fourth down coming.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
On target over the middle. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. And the Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. And some room to work. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer.
Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing, an easy conversion for this offense. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Bend don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that 3rd down, and now the offense is in an interesting situation.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. Takes it the other way.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Looking for a gap. It's Demania. Makes a man miss. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down if they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read, and it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the 1st down.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this. Don't let him get to the sideline. Kept the ball in the middle of the field, went after the quarterback right away like some missiles, and got him on the ground.
Now he's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the 1st down. Making great decisions. That's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Gerbach, and the guy, can't remember, drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, that guy, what was his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think about the quarterbacks, and you don't always think about airing it out. But again, if you want to be a great college football team nowadays, you better be able to throw that pigskin.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Leaves it with the running back. Creates a little space. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. And we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense,
moving toward the end zone, and the ball is free. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And that's hard to swallow. You're in scoring position. You got set up perfectly inside the 5-yard line. Everything looking good. You can't fumble the football. You got to take care of it. Man, what a missed op.
Turning it on. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. Might as well try to punch them while they're reeling. You get one huge play to set it up. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 40. To the air on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. Firing to the right, complete. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with 2nd and short.
This is why he's the quarterback leading his team, because he can do things like that, the unscripted stuff, and buy time, scramble outside the pocket, complete the pass down the field. Just so hard to stop as opposed to a guy that just stands in the pocket and you know exactly where he's going to be every single play.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Wolverines. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, every game in CUSA is so very critical. How about this one today? UCF is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things inside the bounce house. Trust me when I tell you that. On the field and off it. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Liberty.
Looking to throw on first down. Got the back over the middle.
We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward in a game that could shake up the CUSA race significantly.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Second down, they'll go to the air. He'll throw it. Makes the grab. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. The Gamecocks have this offense rolling. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, running back on the move. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Gamecocks are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
And I like it. Third down and short, and this offense stays aggressive. And now they're set up. Forget the field goal. We're not looking for 3 now. Now set up in a 1st and goal, trying to get a touchdown.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, South Carolina.
Well, it's a nice job there executing the run play and getting in for the score, but you got to wonder, guys, is it too little too late? They're still trailing by a ton here in the 4th quarter.
And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So here comes the Michigan offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
The Wolverines can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Breaks into the open. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. The Wolverines building their entire attack around this guy. Remember Denard Robinson, the great running quarterback? He owns 6 of the top 10 single-game all-purpose yards in Michigan history. One of them might be going down soon.
And Michigan's history, obviously, is usually running the football, but you've seen a little diversity in their offense in recent years, and you can see when you got a guy that can do this and do this and do that, you want to give him the ball in multiple ways and let him really hurt a defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking for room. It's Nemanja. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Pocket breaking down. Going to try to get it himself. Get as far as you can and then get down. Don't take that hit.
And that's the extra feel you get with this dude. I mean, unbelievable job dropping back to pass, but understanding 3rd down, I can get it right now. I got a little bit of space right up the middle, pulls it down, runs it straight ahead, and goes and gets the big 3rd down conversion.
They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.